Hello ladies, it's Amber from laceinyourface.com and oh yeah, usepantieslayingadvice.com, giving a little bit of advice today about clear and concise use panties listings and all communications actually. So time wasters are often talked about in this niche online, and I think that a lot of the reason behind that phenomena is sellers lacking the ability to clearly and concisely communicate things about their panties. So, having said that, and before I get into actual elements of my recommendation, I'll just say that there's much power to be found in observation. I would recommend that you find a clearly established seller who sells through the same means that you're considering selling through, and applying how they communicate outwardly to their sellers in their listings and correspondence, and applying it to your situation. So you might find a pattern when you are observing somewhere along these lines. So what I recommend is, if you have a website, make sure, rather than posting a picture of a whole bunch of panties that you're not even in, post pictures of yourself in them, the front and the back view. And the reason being, people are very visual creatures, and men even more so. And they typically like to have everything laid out in front of them and not have to play guessing games or click a lot on a website. So along with the literal pictures, I would recommend that you also display the price and also anything that might come along with it, how you're sending it, if you have photos or any videos that might come with it for that price. Put it right there, all on that one page. And if you can't, it's recommended that you do, but provide a very obvious link to that sort of information, and any add-ons that you might have, anything additional to make the package more complete. So say you are selling by other means. You are on an auction site or some sort of classified site. I also recommend applying that same principle of putting as much information in one place as possible about your item and what they get for that price, no matter the means by which you do it. It makes for less guessing. I don't think that people really like to guess what they're going to get. So also, I would recommend that you definitely, when you're corresponding with buyers, say you're on Twitter and you really don't have much means to explain things before you invite some personal correspondence. I recommend that when you do get them after 140 characters in your email box or your direct message box to try to condense things as much as possible with a discussion of the panties themselves and what they'll be getting for a specific price. I'm going to give you an example of how I tend to do things. So when I'm talking to somebody and I've had a couple or a few emails with them about specific pairs of panties, before they're about to even pay for anything, what I like to do is have pretty much an abbreviated form of the order in the subject line of the email. So it might read, for example, Tropicana panties worn for 2 days, a video, and whatever might come with it. So that's in the subject line. And what that ends up becoming is later a tool for either the buyer or the seller to refer back to for whatever reason. And during that whole process that you're forming that order, it's very clear and concise too, so everybody knows what to expect on both the buyer and the seller's end, because it is actually, a literal transaction. So even though I'm recommending that you be mechanical in that sense, pretty much every other aspect of doing this is very personalized. But yes, that's the summary. Be clear and concise with your used panties listings and your correspondence, and you won't feel like people are wasting so much of their time. Thank you. Bye.